guys, this is Matt Brunet, creator of Animation Look Back and Animats Reviews, and recently marks the 4th anniversary of both the debut of Animation Look Back and Electric Dragon Productions. 4 years since I've been doing this, can you believe that? Anyways, I know why you're here. Well, like the title says, it's time for another round of updates. So let's begin with the ones you guys probably want to hear the most. The next Epic Mickey files and the next Animation Look Back. And if I can really be honest with you, I haven't really started production on those yet. But I have a really good reason. The thing is that I'm actually starting a pretty big project that I wanted to do for a long time. Well, I wouldn't say big project, but this is something pretty big, which is another top 10 video, believe it or not. Something that I haven't done since like a year, so might as well make another one for, for 2013. But anyways, you guys want to know you might want to know what it is about, do you? Well, here's the thing. Now, as you may know, my most popular video that I've ever done is the top 10 scariest Disney moments. Now, on YouTube, part 1 alone actually got more than 750,000 views, which even to this day I still really don't understand. But the point being is that I'm thinking maybe I should try to do like a spin-off of that. Try to do like the top 10 scariest Disney moments, but not like a direct sequel like the top 10 next scariest Disney moments, but more like a spiritual successor, a top 10 that revolves around the dark side of Disney. And thus, I decided to make the top 10 other Disney villains. Now, the premise of this is that when you see like a top 10 Disney villains, they tend to repeat over and over and over, no matter who made the list. You always see the same characters like Judge Frollo, Cruella de Vil, Maleficent, the Queen, Scar, Jafar, Gaston, and all those characters. It tends to repeat itself. But with this list, I decided I'm going to do something a little different. I'm just going to take all the Disney villains that are not from Walt Disney Animation Studios. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to implement all the villains from Pixar, the live action films, the rides, the games, the TV series, and all of that kind of stuff, and implement it on this top 10 list. Now, as I'm recording this, I'm in the middle of editing, and I'm hoping that I can make a release right before Halloween time. I'm really hoping that between now and Halloween, I'll most likely release this video, so expect that to come out soon. So that's essentially the big thing that I want to say, is that keep your eye out for the top 10 other Disney villains. Now, the next thing that I want to talk about is the recently opened Electric Dragon Productions store. Now, there's nothing new that I'm going to add to this. This is just an announcement that I want to make. Since I didn't say it in my other update videos, I'll just say it here. But as you may know, in the beginning of September, I think, when I hit 10,000 subscribers, I decided to celebrate by opening a Electric Dragon Production store, which is essentially merchandise from my videos. There isn't a lot there. It's just t-shirt and buttons of stuff like the Animation Look Back logo, the Animat seal of approval and garbage, and Happy Rainbow Butterfly Pony Flowers. So if you have the time to check it out or maybe buy something, go right ahead. Also, I want to say that if you guys have an idea of any future merchandise that I can do, like a t-shirt or a buttons or something like that, that you want to see that's like a quote from my videos or anything that's implemented from my projects that I can put into my store, please, by all means, go ahead and suggest it. I would like to add new things in there and, just keep adding things up for you to buy or be interested to see, So, yeah, essentially, I have my store. Go check it out. If you have any suggestions, go right ahead. Also, the next thing that I want to talk about now is pretty much movies that I would probably review. Now, the thing is that October seems to be like a big mess. Suddenly, it became like a giant hurricane of things that I should review. Now, it's enough that at the beginning of the month alone, I had to work on my new top 10, I had to work on the Cloudy 2 review, the King and I review, and the last minute edition of the Persistence of Vision review. Now, like, there are other things that people are curious, am I even going to review it, or am I going to review it? You know, like, they're not, some of them are not technically animated films, but they are pretty interesting for me to talk about. Now, there's 3 things that I will mention in this, so I'll go ahead right now. The first one is Freebirds, which is essentially the film by Real Effects that essentially replaces Mr. Peabody and Sherman when it comes to the November 2013 release, essentially, and it's kind of a last-minute addition. I think it's several months ago they decided to add it on that, they announced the release date, and some people are not sure if I am going to review it or not, and I will say yes. There's going to be an Animax reviews of Freebirds. It's an animated film that's going to be released in around the world in theaters, so it does count. So expect that in the beginning of the month. The next film that I want to talk about, it's not an animated film, but it really is an interesting film. Escape from Tomorrow. For those of you who don't know, it's the independent film that aired at Sundance, which is like suspenseful horror that got major controversy because they filmed at the Disney parks without Disney's consent, and for some reason, Disney didn't even sue them, but if you've done a bit of research, you'll understand why. And some people are curious if I will review it, and I'm going to say maybe, but not now. The thing is that I'm already busy with the projects that I'm already working now, so maybe if it's back on the news again for some inexplicable reason, maybe I'll take a look at it. You know, it's such a weird and messed up film. I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard crazy things about it, so but it's for sure in the future I will see it, but if I will review it, we'll see. And finally, the last project that I want to talk about that people are curious if I would review is the TV special Toy Story of Terror. Now, I've talked with several people and some really do want me to talk about it, and I'm not sure if I need to just make a small random video about it. You know, I've already done 2 vlog style reviews of it, and I decided that instead of doing a separate video, I'm gonna review it right now. So here it goes, a quick little Animax reviews of Toy Story of Terror. So I actually really enjoyed it. It's actually both really suspenseful and intense at the same time. It does have a lot of great humor. All your favorite characters are back, and I really do enjoy them. I like how they really focused on Jessie for this one. It really makes it, it really does make it stand out from the other Pixar projects, whether it be the movies or the tunes. I really do enjoy Combat Carl. I find he is hilarious as hell, and I hope that in future Toy Story tunes, I really do wish he would come back, because he's too good not to be in other projects. He has to be a recurring character. And the animation really is top-notch. This is the closest thing to be Pixar without actually being Pixar themselves, even though, sadly, this is Pixar Canada, which recently closed down, and it really does sadden me, because, we won't see any other projects from them, but, with this, they really had potential. If I do have a complaint about the short, it's that I don't really like Prickle Pants. And it's not that he annoyed me before in Toy Story 3 or any other Toy Story tunes, is that in this one, I feel like he always kills the mood just by just like saying like different scenarios they're in, that's the equivalent of a horror film. It's like, oh, now here's the scene where like each person is missing. Now here's the scene where the suspense begins. Here's the scene where like foreshadowing. Here's the scene where it's the happy ending. You know, and it's like, can you please, like, can I enjoy this by myself? You don't have to dictate where we are. You know, it's just. I didn't find it humorous, it just kills the mood. But overall, it's really an enjoyable TV special. I really do enjoy it. If ever it comes out on DVD, go and watch it. If you're a fan of the Toy Story films and the Toy Story tunes, you gotta watch this. This is really right up your alley. So yeah, I highly recommend you guys go see that. Now for the next updates that I'm going to talk about, it's just going to be quick announcements. You guys might not care because this is not the big things like Animation Look Back or Animats Reviews or Epic Mickey Files, but it's just a little update on some random videos because, like, you know, I gotta say it somewhere. But anyways, what I want to say is the first thing I want to talk about is the Montreal Comiccon. Now, as you may know, in previous years, I've done little vlogs about my experiences at the Montreal Comiccon. And this year, I did go, but I decided for this year not to do a little vlog about it. Because the reason is that I went to work with con men for it. Nothing special. I just went around and filmed interviews with Robert Million for like interview cosplayers and some comic book artists and comic book writers, and it was a really fun experience. And we actually ended up doing a vlog there. Like we mostly we did our own vlog, and it's essentially the exact same thing. That's like how my vlogs would be. So the thing that I want to say is that if you're expecting a vlog of my experience in Montreal Comic-Con, expect it from them. They didn't release it yet, but when they will, I will announce it on my Facebook and Twitter page. So keep your eyes out on that. And finally, another thing that I want to talk about is on another site that I'm on called RVT. Now, as you may know, if you go to RVT, every Thursday they have a special game night. And I decided recently that I would join in and play some Wii games, whether it be Mario Kart or Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Now, what game night is essentially more like a live Let's Play with some of the RVT people and, of course, myself. So, I just want to mention, for every second Thursday, I would really appreciate it if you guys would come in and you would join RVT to come and watch me play Mario Kart and game night with some pals. I'm going to... And also, the time it's going to be, it's at 9 to about 10:30 or 11 p.m. Eastern Time. And also, like, for an indicator for every second Thursday, we'll start with this one. So it'll help you know, like, which second Thursday after that, like, it'll be. So whenever you guys can, come and join me at RVT and watch some game night. And finally, before we go, on my last update, I mentioned that I will do some Q&As, and well, here we are. This is the next update. Now it's time for some Q&As. By the way, I won't be doing a lot of I won't be answering a lot of questions. I'm just going to be answering 5 because I don't want to make this video go on for forever. So yeah, essentially, I'll only be answering 5, and if your question didn't get in, well, better luck next time, but don't worry, it'll probably be answered. So, anyways, I'm just going to be randomizing through my phone. The first question is from YouTuber Dan Dark Trooper, and he asks, Is there a book, comic, video game you think could make into a good animated film? Honestly, well, it depends. Like, I'm not gonna say, like, if there is a certain idea, but the thing is that everything has to be intact for it to work. Like not only do you have to pick the right video game that has a decent plot, but also, like, you need a good animated feature. Like, I'm not gonna say, like, if I say immediately, like, oh, I think Crash Bandicoot would make a good movie, but then, like, if you're gonna give it to some random person who doesn't know what they're doing, well, then it's gonna suck. So, essentially, like, I don't know really how to answer that, because, like, I'm thinking a bit more realistically in terms of how would a video game movie would work. I know that there are some that are handling it well in the future. Like, for example, I think in 2015, the makers of Escape from Planet Earth are making a Ratchet & Clank movie, and from the trailer that I saw, it really looks promising. It looks exactly like the game, plus the fact that I think it's the people writing this are also, I'm not 100% sure, but I know they're involved with Ratchet & Clank, but I'm not sure if they're the creators. But yeah, they definitely, I think, like, the directors and the writers are involved with the game, so it definitely is a plus. So I'm not sure if I could answer that. I apologize, but yeah, that's essentially my answer. Alright, so the next question will be from YouTuber Big Boss Man 538, and he asks, Animat, for YouTube, can't you issue a counterclaim towards people coming out for blood because of copyright? Honestly, no. The reason why is actually because YouTube is actually very vicious when it comes to copyright, and if you try to attack, they will bite back, and they will bite back hard. And that's what I'm afraid of, is that if I try to make a counterclaim for one of my videos just because of copyright, then they're gonna then essentially the worst case scenario is that they could, like, give me a copyright strike, or they're gonna terminate my account, and I really don't want that. So I'm just gonna play it safe, and just like, whenever, if there's a video that, like, has clips from a company that's, like, major no-no, like Fox or NBC Universal or Studio Ghibli, I'm just gonna release the, like for YouTube, I'm just gonna release go to blip videos. You know, just to play. This is not, like, there's nothing sinister behind it. It's just to play it safe. So, like, I know some of you don't really enjoy going to blip. You just want all the videos to be on YouTube, but this is the best that I can do. I'm sorry. Like, all I can ask is that if you guys can go watch the video on blip. It's the least that I ask. So, yeah, so there we go. Our next question will come from Beagle Features, and he asks, what is your favorite video you have ever made? Whew, that's actually a really good question. I will say that, yeah, I would say either the top 10 worst films based on a cartoon and part 2 of Animation Look Back Pixar. The reason for the top 10 is that I always love making top 10s. I feel like there's such an ambitious thing to work on. Even like this one that I'm working on, this is something that I wanted to do for a while, and I really have gone really far with it. Even getting a lot of my friends to help me with it, like Jaime Tude and Robert Million and Mr. Code, and all those people, they graciously helped me for the cameos, and I really do feel grateful. And part 2, and as of now, is possibly the most far that I've gone in terms of creativity with the animation lookbacks. It's the one where I think I've done a lot of animation. I've had my friends help me, like, be some extras, and they really did a fantastic job. I really do appreciate it. Thanks, guys. And also, like, a lot of the facts are really interesting that I put in, and plus the fact that there's a lot of clips that I used where I filmed directly from Walt Disney World. And I just want to say right now that this is gonna this will essentially change in the future, but this is for as of now. And also, one video that I want to mention that doesn't have a lot of views, nobody really cares much about, but it really does have a special place on my heart. It's the 40th anniversary of Walt Disney World tribute that I've done, where I did my impressions of both Dreamfinder and Figment. I really do think it's a special ride. It's possibly one of the greatest Disney attractions ever made, and I always have, like, my biggest dream is to be the voice of a Disney character in a classic Disney ride. Essentially, something like Pirates of the Caribbean or Journey into Imagination or something like that. It's like, I really would dream to do that. And doing this, well, even though I'm not getting a lot of views, it's the closest thing I've done to that dream. And I really am proud of myself with my Figment impersonation. I think I really did a great job at it! So yeah, essentially that will always have a special place in my heart. Our next question, by the way, as you can tell, I'm randomizing, so the next question will come from YouTuber Anthony Blalock, and he asked, what is your favorite Dreamworks movie? Holy crap, that's actually a really good question. I'm always a Disney fan, but I never really thought much about Dreamworks. I haven't really thought much, but I would say probably the Kung Fu Panda movies, like both Kung Fu Panda 1 and 2. Really intense, great humor, great animation, it's really fantastic. I really do enjoy it. Also, I would say the first two Shrek films, those are always good to watch. Pretty revolutionary at its time, and fantastic humor. And another one, the first Madagascar, I really love that one. I think it's possibly one of the funniest DreamWorks films that they have. And if there's another one, The Road to El Dorado. I think it's one of the most underrated animated films that there is out there, and also one of the funniest animated films. I love the chemistry between Tulio and Miguel. It's fantastic. If you guys haven't seen it, go ahead and watch it. And also, I find it hilarious about the fact that in my animation look back of DreamWorks, when I mentioned that there would have been more movies with Tulio and Miguel, a lot of people got so frustrated, got sad, got crying, and all that kind of stuff. You know, and I just find it hilarious how people got so enraged because that they love this film. And I can understand. I would have loved to see more films with Tulio and Miguel, but you know, it's unfortunate, but it's funny just to see people like flip their lid over that. And finally, the next one, the final one actually, will be from the Siren Nymph. Well, that's her email. Or no, that's also her. Well, oh yeah, that's also her YouTube name. Yeah, I reckon she's been commenting, or he's been commenting, or anyways, she asks, do you have any plans in the future for doing any more commentary videos, or are you saving them for a special occasion? Oh wow, honestly, I haven't really thought about making more commentary videos, but if you guys really enjoyed the ones that I've done before, like the one that I did for the first animation look back, and also for the top 10 scariest Disney moments, I'll definitely go and make more. But for now, I guess I'll save them for special occasions. So yeah, by the way, you should tell me if you really do enjoy the commentaries. I'll gladly make more of them. So Well, we'll see. I guess I'll save them for a special occasion, if there's any. But anyways, that'll be all for the questions. If you have a question for me you would like to ask for the next update video, just write it down wherever so I can see it. Write it down on my YouTube channel, write it on the comments below, email me at animatsreviews@gmail.com, and if your question is good enough, then I'll put it in a special file in my iPhone, I'll randomize it, and hopefully your question will be asked. And that'll be it for this update video, so keep watching for more great stuff. I have my next top 10 video on the way, so go ahead and check that out. Don't forget to check out the Electric Dragon production store, and maybe go ahead and maybe buy like a t-shirt or some pins or stuff like that. You know, it'd be nice for you to visit. And also don't forget to favorite my, well, not favorite, but I mean like my Facebook page, and follow me on Twitter, and also don't forget to bring me more subscribers. Tell your friends about me. You know, let's keep making that subscriber count higher and higher. It's just really awesome that it's already high enough as it is. But that'll be all for today, so see you later, dudes.